Why the did it take me 30 seconds to write about a dead kid? But I can't write anything about my own child.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm also pretty sure I'm Gary Oldman, and I just don't know it because he's such a good actor.
Gary Oldman doesn't even know who Gary Oldman is.
Tequila does terrible things to me.
MGK gives good blowjobs. Cookie Monster being on the other side of the glory. Hey. I'm a father. I have never f***ed a dead kid. I have no reference to that.
Well, okay, so I mean, I got 4 things I think we could talk about. So one of them was today. So Angela Lansbury passed away.
Who is that? No, I'm just joking.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Besides Murder, She Wrote, what was her biggest?
Well, I mean, there was that. She was huge on Broadway.
Okay.
She did. She was the original Mrs. Lovett in Sweeney Todd.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She did that. She also was Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast.
I didn't know that.
And it was just a lot of that. I mean, she was Manchurian Candidate.
Was she really?
The original one.
I was gonna say
the original one she was in. And just stuff like that. But she was huge on Broadway. But the biggest thing was like Murder, She Wrote, Disney.
I did 2 jokes. I was like, now she finally gets to solve the who actually killed Jeffrey Epstein. That's funny.
That's funny.
And then the other one was it's amazing. I'm so excited knowing that Angela Lansbury now gets to meet all of her fans.
That's fucking great.
I did that on my parody
account.
account.
96 years old. I mean,
I know it's kind of like what we were talking about like the past
to us 2 weeks. Yeah, that was one of those like when it happened, I was almost kind of like, okay, like that was I knew that one was coming because like she would still go to like. She would still do these like touring shows where she would with like her and a piano player would just do songs from Sweeney Todd and Beauty and the Beast and other Broadway shows she'd been on.
Well, it was weird because like somebody posted she died. I was like, I thought she already died.
A lot of people were saying that. It's just because she hadn't been in the spotlight in so fucking long.
It's just like one of those things. This is a Gene Wilder thing over again. People keep on posting about like you've been there for a while.
Because I mean, she's been old forever.
Yeah, she's been old forever.
She's like, 96. Like she was old when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So that one sucked. But so we can talk about Kanye.
Oh God.
We can talk about Ariel Elias. It was the comic that got the beer thrown at her. Yeah. Or we could talk about, what was the other one? Oh, Blink-182 is getting the whole original lineup back together.
Dude, it's so weird. It's the fucking... I don't even know where to start with Kanye. Kanye has done so much for mental health awareness.
Right?
I thought that would go like better on Twitter.
But it didn't. Oh, it didn't. Oh, that's fucking great.
I was just like, I literally tweeted...
That's fucking
I think it's because I waited a while, honestly,
okay.
because like I haven't really been doing a lot.
Okay.
It was literally Kanye has done so much. Oh, hold on. Kanye has done so much for mental health awareness.
What's it got on it right now?
2 comments, 2 retweets, and 6 likes.
Oh no, it's funnier than that. Twitter. What the fuck?
I know.
That's
This
well, I have a lot of friends who were Jewish. And it's one of those things of just kind of like, because they were all just pissed, which I get. But I'm also just like, what is wrong with this guy?
He wants to try to be the smartest man ever.
He wants to be the smartest man in every room. And he is the smartest man in none of the rooms.
He's trying to be the smartest man in his own head. And he can't figure that out.
That or he is really trying to see just what it takes to get Tucker Carlson to stop texting him.
Probably.
So this motherfucker always wants to call and hang out with me. What do I got to do to make him just leave me the fuck alone?
Dude, did he already get reported? He got banned, not banned on Twitter.
The tweet itself got taken down by Twitter. I don't know if his account got suspended, but I know the tweet got pulled.
He did another one where he's like, guess what, guys? I've been following Pete Davidson for the last Cars Davidson for the past 30 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was a joke, but then I realized like I thought it was like a screenshot a tweet, and I was like, whoa, no, this is an actual tweet.
This is legit, yeah. And then also, I guess Kim was at a NFL game or something over the weekend, and people were like booing her and throwing shit at her because they're all pro Kanye, I guess, or whatever. And I'm like, it's It's a weird stance to take, guys. You're because
Like
she's there with her kid.
Yeah, well, that's only that's like the lesser of two evils at that point.
I
don't like either, but like,
if I got to pick a side, it's like I guess I'm Team Kim.
yeah.
Which one's not anti-Semitic?
Yeah.
All right, I guess that one.
You gotta go that route.
Yeah.
This one has the sex tape. That's the one.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, everybody got a screenshot. Everybody and their mother has a screenshot of Kanye's tweet from before it got taken down, because it's one of those. It's like, yeah, this is gonna get pulled. I want to keep this for just so we don't forget. Never forget. Hashtag never forget. Wait, that's already taken. But then it goes to question. I mean, and we said this a lot when Trump was running for president. It's like, okay, now what? What's next?
Yeah.
Because it's always something. He always finds a way to one up his stupid.
Well, it's just like, I don't get what he's. I don't understand.
No, I'm trying to find the actual tweet because I want to look through it. And
I don't understand why he does the things he I mean, it was bad. Like, remember Chappelle went out to visit him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because to make sure he was okay.
Okay. Yeah. Because he got to the point where even he was like, dude, I say some shit. Are you good?
Yeah. Like,
I'm trying to find the fucking tweet because I want to.
Yeah, I don't.
have a screenshot of it.
Great rapper, great lyricist, but Jesus, he's fucking insane.
Sure. I've never been a fan. It's one of those.
I like a lot of his rap.
I get it's one of those I've listened to. I get why people are rap is hit and miss with me to begin with anyway. So,
but I'm like sitting there like, what
he says I'm a bit sleepy. Here it is. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3, not a thing, on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. I mean,
Number one, the grammar.
Yeah, that's what I have to say. Number one, grammar.
It's like, because first of all, DEFCON, not a thing. Probably meant DEFCON. Second of all, DEFCON 3, not that big a deal.
Sounds like a video game. It's a fighting video game.
Where you
have the ex-presidents fight one another like Mortal Kombat. Ronald Reagan kills you. They trickle down economics.
They did that for one of the Call of Duties because they had the zombie mode you could play on, and one of them was like zombies were attacking the Pentagon.
Yeah,
and it was like it was JFK and I think Fidel Castro and like two other. And you had to fight zombies as like JFK or Castro. Yeah. It was so fucking funny because like JFK, they took like all these JFK sayings and reworded. It's like, the only thing you have to fear is fear itself and me with a shotgun.
Yeah. Fucking zombie mode.
But yeah, that's a lot to unpack there, Kanye. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. That hurts my former English teacher brain. Like I want to just get a red pen out and just start underlining and circling shit with it.
Well, to be fair, he was sleeping.
I just took some Ambien and I just.
What if that's all that was? What if all this thing is because he just takes Ambien and he just says shit? And he has no idea the next morning what just happened.
Well, because that was Roseanne's whole thing. Yeah. When Roseanne was tweeting all this, she was, I take Ambien. South Park did a whole episode making fun of it with Mr. Hanky. Mr. Hanky would take a bunch of Ambien and then tweet a bunch of shit about the school and the people in the school, and he got run out of town. It was really fucking funny. But yeah, it was the same shit they said about that Roseanne tried to pull.
I didn't know that. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. That was right, because that was what got her kicked off her own fucking show.
Yeah.
And that show is still going without her.
Yeah, that's just weird, dude. That's so
weird.
John
Goodman's the best part of that fucking show anyway.
Yeah, but like Roseanne was like, the original Roseanne was such ahead of its time.
Oh, yeah. People weren't doing dark comedies like that in the 90s.
And it was just, it was so ahead of its time, and then they brought it back, and I was like, oh, shit.
It was good, too. Like, that first season with Roseanne was very good. It was Roseanne. They love that they made fun of the way the final season ended, where she wakes up. So I thought you were dead. Why does everybody always think I'm dead?
Yeah.
But it's continued on just fine without her.
Yeah.
And also, I'll be honest, the way they handled her being off the show was handled very well.
The perfect route for the opioid addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was handled very well. And not only that, but like they also, it wasn't like she died and they never brought her up again either. Like when Dan starts seeing someone else, like there's a whole story arc of him coping with the idea of seeing someone else after his wife died, and they go to therapy, and they handled it very well, I thought.
It's not just writing off the character.
Yeah. So yeah, Roseanne's show without Roseanne has handled mental health better than Kanye West, I guess.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that guy. That's the thing. Like, his Twitter is Yee.
Yeah.
Like, Yee need to get the fuck out. That's what you need.
You need to stop tweeting. Because you've now, like, it's hard to say where the line is anymore. It kind of feels like there isn't one, and then at the same time there is one. You just basically played the Nazi card. Like, you just played the anti-Jew card.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to come back from. Like, I don't even think Donald Trump crossed that line.
No.
So I could be wrong, and if I am, please tell me. But that seems like that's a hard one to bounce back from.
It's just like, what the fuck?
When's the last time you put an album out?
His last album, I think, was like a year and a half ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe he just needs to go write some fucking music.
Nah, man, he needs to go like write some fucking checks to lawyers to get him off this shit.
He needs to go write his name on the sign-in list at the self-admitting mental health care facility or some shit. I don't fucking know. I was going somewhere with that and it got lost because I forgot the words.
I don't like, it's almost like when I read what he wrote, I was like, oh, that sounds about right. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I'm not surprised anymore.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
I'd be like, I fuck Ronald McDonald in the ass while I get my balls licked by the Burger King.
It's like
Wendy's a cunt. Like, that's the type of shit I'm waiting for.
Wendy's a cunt. Hashtag Wendy's a cunt.
Like, that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine if he ran Wendy's Twitter account? Fuck these Baconators.
If you guys like to reach out to us and be a part of the show, be a part of the conversation, there are several ways to do that. Just go to our website, www.tblpod.net. That's www.tblpod.net. You can send us a message through the website, or you can even leave us a voicemail by clicking on the voicemail button in the corner of the screen and leave us a message that we will respond to live on the show. Once again, just go to www.tblpod.net. So this Ariel Elias thing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I did a show with her like a long time.
Oh, did you really?
She's from Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, this is like
a
long time.
I reached out to her because I wanted to see if we could get her on at some point. But I'm sure everybody and their mothers reached out. I mean, she was talking about it on the Today Show. So I haven't heard back from her yet, but hopefully we do, because I'd love to talk to her about it. Because I've had friends reach out to me who, like, I have a buddy who's a show host out in Cali. He's like, does this shit happen? Like, is this a common kind of thing? I'm like, the throwing of the beer? No. The assholes in the crowd? Yes.
She handled it well.
She handled it like a fucking pro.
Yeah.
Like, just didn't miss a step. And even after the beer, I mean, the chugging of the beer is just like, that's what did it. I was like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's all you can do at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, well,
and I love where she's like, I won't go back there unless they pay me. And then the club booked her. They're like, we will book you to come back. Like, we will pay you and everything. And I'm like, good.
What was it like? Was it like an open mic or?
That I don't know. I'm not sure.
Was it like a show? Because like that's got like a lot. It's got like a lot of views. Like a lot of views. Like last time I saw it on Twitter, it was like over 14 million.
Her tweet that I saw today was, it's a good thing I'm not lactose intolerant because I'm gonna fucking milk this. And then she followed that up with like, you should unfollow me for tweeting this. Yeah, I told him, I was like, because I mean, we talked about it on here when I went and saw Lewis Black.
Yeah,
people were As soon as you say that dude's name, all bets are off. Doesn't matter how much you spend, how much time that Louis Black spent talking shit about Joe Biden. The minute he said Trump's name,
Yeah.
and it's like these. And I told my buddy, I was like, these assholes go to these shows. They go to comedy shows, knowing someone's gonna say some shit, and because then they know they're gonna have an excuse to start some shit.
Yeah.
And can we not, please?
See, I think it'd be ironic. Like I've always wanted to get in the whole argument on somebody on stage about abortion and be like, well, I wish I was aborted. And I think you kind of wish I was aborted right now too. And then be like, what the fuck do I, God damn it. Or two, to do like the die via getting shot. And I'm so anti Second Amendment. That'd be like my favorite, like be like, ha, bitch, I win. Like ultimately I won.
Right.
I still kind of want to do. Somebody holds me up at gunpoint. At one point, be like, "Hey, if you shoot me, I win my Second Amendment argument."
Right.
So go ahead.
I had that happen at a show one time I did in college. This guy kept talking shit, and I just kept throwing it back at him, and nobody really stopped it because, like, A, I didn't ask him to, and B, like, it was funny. And then the dude walked up on stage, and I was like, "Look, dude, you can either sit the fuck down or take a swing at me. Either way, I win."
Yeah, I win. I really haven't. In all my life, I really haven't had that many hecklers. Yeah. Like, I don't even count that one dude.
Oh,
I don't count that as a heckler. That guy was just.
Yeah.
I don't know what that guy was.
He was just. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know the guy you're talking about. Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, but like the only ones, like, I think people are too afraid to heckle me in the sense that, like, it's like,
I mean,
you're talking about this shit. Like, what the fuck?
You do come across as like the way you are on stage. You come across as the guy who's not afraid to fucking throw down. I think these people like to start this shit with people they don't think are going to fight back.
Oh, I called one guy a cuck one time.
Nice,
because he slapped Star on the ass.
No.
Yeah.
He's lucky he didn't get his ass fucking
She was
lynched.
like, John was pissed. John was like lit because this is when John worked there. Was like, what the fuck? And Star was like, no, it's okay, it's fine. Like, was like, but John was pissed. I literally, it was when I was opening for Stuart Huff. I was like, and then like he said so, I was like, you fucking cuck. You fucking cuck ass piece of shit slapping the waitress on the ass, you fucking piece of shit. And they fucking hated me.
Good. Like they're like every comic in that room wouldn't fucking throw down in front of a bullet for Star.
I know. That wasn't even really, he didn't like heckle me. He just said something. Like, loud.
Oh no! At that point, all he has to do is look at you wrong, and he's fair game.
And the other one was the lady that, like, I did my mass shooting joke. She's like, wrestling mass shooting face. She's like, "Are you kidding me right now?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Are you joking right?" And I was like, "Abso-fucking." I can't remember what I said, but like,
absolutely not.
Are you serious right now? And she said, "Are you serious right now?" I was like, "Abso-fucking-lutely." Like,
she's the one that got up and left, right?
Yeah, I always remember that. I wish I saw that recording. Because you hear it go. Door open, and I was like, "Thank you," and everybody just applause. Like,
oh, that's so good.
Wish I saw that recording, but like, yeah, I don't know. Hecklers are just, there's a difference between like a heckler and what she dealt with.
Yeah, that's not a heckler.
No, yeah, that's assault.
They're gonna write it up. They're gonna write it as a heckler because A, you've got a limited amount of word space on an article, and B, people are going to get it more.
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah, no, that guy basically committed assault.
Yeah,
like if it had hit her.
Oh God.
Yeah. Well, what I love is that the club is pressing charges.
Yeah,
she's not.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew the club was.
So yeah, the club asked her if she wanted to also press charges, and she said no. She's like, I just want to be done with it. The club's like, well, we're going to press charges on our arm. And she's like, okay, fuck. You're allowed.
She's gained like, so here's the funny thing was, I think she had like 2,000 Twitter followers before that happened.
Yeah.
Now she's like over like 100,000.
I'm going to pull it up right
I want to say, yeah, something like that. Last time I checked it was over 100,000.
She is at 110,000 followers.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, she said, thank God I'm not lactose intolerant because I'm really going to milk this. You should unfollow me for this.
She followed one up. She's like, everybody gets on me about that guy might be getting herpes. Joke's on you guys. I already have herpes.
But you know what? Milk it.
Yeah,
please.
You got to.
Any comic worth their fucking salt would, because you should.
Because like as a comic, you work your ass off to get like notoriety. Is this a notoriety you necessarily want? No. But as a comic, you have to be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, there are not many like doors that open for this kind of attention on us. And at the end of the day, what are we comics other than just huge attention whores? So
realistically. Hope it gets her bookings.
Well, got her this one because what was it? New York Comedy Club, I think it was. Yeah.
You know, hope it gets her bookings. I hope they get her something at that point in time because I don't know. It's weird. You see people like take off, like, and then shit happens.
Yeah. Well, because you got to wonder, because it's one of those things like, okay, this happened, and she's going to get notoriety for it, but she's also still got to be a good comic. Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to fall flat. From what I've seen, just in looking her up in the last few days, she's very funny.
Well, it was like ironic. So like Megan Stalter.
Yeah.
So having Megan Stalter, she like got really big because what's his face shared her tweet.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, but did that one really popular musical? I can't think.
Fuck, I got nothing. Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, really. And then COVID happened.
Yeah,
and then like you're like, oh,
yeah,
shit. But then luckily she got on that one show, Hacks.
Yeah.
But I was just like, fuck, like you finally broke through, and then having stuff happen, and then COVID happened, and it shut down everything.
Well, same thing happened with Bo Burnham. He was going to go back on tour again, then COVID happened because he talks about it in.
Yeah, but Bo like already broke.
He did, but he had been out of the public eye for so fucking long.
But he already made. I was saying he made his money though. She
was
like,
yeah, that's true.
It was like with her, it was kind of like, oh shit, like you finally did something. Somebody's like, you're going to get notoriety, and then
that happened to it. There was a lot of even people who had already made it. But there's a band I like called Cobra and the Lotus. They had just put out a new album, or were about to put out a new album, and they were going to go on this big fucking headline tour. It had all this merch made. The record label paid for all this merch and all that. COVID hits. Tour gets canceled. Band goes broke. Because they have to pay the label back for all the merch and shit.
Yeah, Jesus.
Which is why, kids, why merch is so expensive when you go to shows, is because the label pays for it, and basically the band takes it as a loan, and they got to pay it back.
I know that. Same thing happened to Ryan E. Miller.
Yep.
He placed third in America's Got Talent, and he was doing stuff, making his money for like 3 months, and then COVID happened, and then you can't.
What are you gonna do?
Like it's America's Got Talent. I get it, but like you finally got to that peak.
Yeah.
But like most people can ride that peak for like a while and not have to worry about COVID. He had to ride it for 3 months
and then
COVID. But luckily, like coming out of it, they brought him back for like the other thing they do for America's Got Talent.
Yeah, the do-over round, whatever it is, where they bring back past finalists.
Yeah, and he was on that, which was awesome.
Because he was on it with the girl that like sings with the puppets and shit.
I honestly don't know.
She's very good.
Are you talking about the one that his original one? The original one was him, Cody Lee one.
No, I think it was when he did his second.
The second thing, I have no idea on that one.
There's this little girl who like she like does like opera and shit, but like also it's very fucking good. But yeah, Nee Miller. I mean, he because like we knew about him because like he had come through Wiley's and all that shit, and then he got big on America's Got Talent.
It was wild. Like I remember doing a show with him for like 40 people at a bar. He did 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I did 15. And then he did the Sunday show. Just before I took over, Sunday show, like murdered the Sunday show. I mean, murdered. And then they booked him for a weekend. And like, I think the entire weekend he got like maybe like 70, 80 people tops, maybe if that.
The whole weekend.
And then the next year, they already pre-booked him.
Because of America's Got Talent?
Yeah. No, they didn't know about America's Got Talent.
Okay.
They just loved him.
Gotcha.
They pre-booked him for next year. And
yeah.
sure shit ran right Did I ever tell you about that story?
No.
He was literally, the finals were on Wednesday. He got, and his first show at Wiley's was on a Friday.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious, dude.
That is, so it was packed.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
It was completely fucking, I got the host too, which was hilarious. Like, me being me, I was like, he's on America's Got Talent. I asked if I could host at the very beginning when I saw he was like on it. Anyways, I was like, can I just host his weekend?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it's fine.
Not knowing
how far you go, but like, I like Ryan. A lot of
Yeah.
stuff. We talk video games. And
I haven't met him yet.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Great.
Well, it's because when I was basically out of the game. So
But I was like, all right. I booked it and I got to the finals. I'm like, shit. So for like first show, I mean, I had a good hosting set. Like all the shows are sold out.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I had a good hosting set. And then the first show, Saturday night, I murdered. Fucking murdered.
Yeah.
Like, it could go no wrong. I was like, God damn, that was a great fucking, like, as a hosting set too, I was like, holy shit, this crowd's fire. Because we're like, because the thing is, like, it's me doing my jokes.
Yeah. For people there to see Ryan Miller.
And it's all clean on TV.
Yeah.
And I told him before, I asked him before, I was like, hey, do you want me to change? He's like, no, do you? Because I was like, because I know what they're here for. Like, I mentally prepared to do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I know what they're here for. Like, I know what they're here to see you for. Like, I'm clean, blah, blah. So I don't care. He's like, because he told me, he's like, do you? He's like, they got to realize, like, yeah, they saw me on TV, but they're going to get a whole nother version of me. If you like me on TV and not like me up here, you're not really going to be a fan to begin with anyways.
It's true.
And I was like, that's fucking right. And first, for sure, Sally Lovey. Second show, the biggest fucking dick I've ever eaten in my entire fucking life. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Nothing, dude. No, I could not. I was like, I was so confident. The first show, I was just like, I could do no wrong. Like, I literally could do no wrong. Second show, I was like, I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Oh no.
It just was like, talking about two ends of the spectrum. I was like, ugh.
Oh no.
It was so bad. It was so good. They hated me so much. I heard people talking about me in line. That's how bad they hated me. But it was whatever.
Yeah.
Like, not the cup of tea, but
It happens.
But yeah, it was just, that was, I don't know, like, back to that, is like, as a comic, for that to happen to her, it sucks. She's doing the best possible thing she can do. Is like, she should milk it for as much as she can.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Once you get that, you want to stay in the limelight so you can get more and more shit.
Because she's still trending.
Is she really?
She's still she is still trending on Twitter. Because this got covered on the Today Show.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know how often stand-up gets talked about on the Today Show? Yeah. Not fucking often.
Not much.
Sometimes life can give you the raw deal, and that's where Dope comes in. Dope provides edible cookie dough in a variety of flavors and styles for you, delivered to your house deliciously and intact. Dope also donates a portion of every sale to the She Recovers Foundation with a minimum guaranteed donation of $40,000 every year. She Recovers is a nonprofit charity with a mission to connect, support, and empower women in or seeking recovery. You can also use the code TBL05, TBL05 to get $5 off your order at checkout. Once again, just go check out Dope at www.dope.com. That's www.doughp.com and use the code TBL05 to get $5 off your order at checkout. Do you think, I would love to ask her this herself. I hope we can get her on the show at some point. Do you think she goes in for something like America's Got Talent or something like that?
I don't know. I don't know her that well.
Well, okay, let me rephrase it. Do you think she should, or do you think she just keep doing what she's doing?
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
America's Got Talent's going to be different, though. It's kind of like Niemiller told me when America's Got Talent is they were actually going to book him because he applied for a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
I think like 3 or 4 years before that.
Oh, okay.
They were going to book him like 2 years before they booked him, but they already had somebody very similar.
Oh, really?
So they said no. They're just going to wait. And he got the call. And
Because you almost never, because the other thing that was so big about him was like you never see comics go that far on these shows.
No, you don't. That's the wild part.
Yeah.
You really don't.
It's rare for them to get through, period. But for them to go as far as he did and then get invited back that never happens.
He's lovable.
Yeah, he is.
And he flat out told me his last joke was on the finale was if you don't vote me, it's considered a hate crime. And like he told me it got to the point to where basically filming the show, he had to, hopefully I'm getting this all right. He had to do the jokes, record it, then send them to the producers. They have to.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
They didn't want him, and we did that joke. It gotten to the point to where like they were okay with him doing whatever. They really watched his stuff because they trusted him.
Yeah.
At that point, and the very last one, they were kind of like, well, we don't want to. They were kind of very iffy on that joke.
Yeah.
And he was like, trust me, guys, they're gonna lose their mind, and they did.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And he didn't win, so it was a hate crime.
Yeah, it was a hate crime. I voted for a blind autistic kid that could play the piano really fucking well. God, fucking pieces of shit. It's a hate crime one way or the other.
Yeah.
So I would tell you, like, I didn't really try out for them, but I did a show for one of their judges.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had a great set. She came up to me, like, we all got to talk to her afterwards. I can't think of her name. Nalama? And something. Nyla. Can't think of her last name. It was in, like, fucking Comedy Off Broadway.
Oh, really?
I think, like, not in Louisville, but Lexington.
Yeah, yeah.
And did it. And we were like, it wasn't like an industry thing. She was there as a judge. We're just doing it. I don't even know why I got into it, but whatever. Me and Joe Young went down. And Joe had to go first. Did great. But at the end of it, she was talking to everybody. It's just you're allowed to talk to her for pointers and stuff like that. And I finally got to talk to her after like waiting for like 2 hours.
Oof.
Kind of get to talk to her. She's like, one-liner. Loved you. Remember Oliver Graves? I was like, yeah. I don't know if you know who Oliver Graves is. He's like the gothic one-liner.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I found him. Put him on the show. Love your material. Give me a 3-minute email it to her. I was like, how long do I have? She's like, do it in like a week or two.
Okay.
So I did. That's got to be unlisted through YouTube. Okay. So I sent it to her. It got like, I don't know how far it went up, but they did look at my shit because unlisted shows you how many views it has.
Yeah.
It had like over 100 views.
So they were watching it.
They were watching it. I'm pretty sure they probably looked at all my social media.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
Because Ryan also told me before they put him on the show, right after they put him on the show, they decided they had people scrub their social media.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's a network show.
He had a joke. He wrote a joke. It wasn't even about, it was a response to his joke that was like off kilter.
The person's response to his joke.
And it was a comic friend of his. And basically he had to tell the comic to delete it, and the comic was cool with it.
Oh, sure.
But like they scrub your shit, and I was like, have they really viewed my shit over 100 times?
Wow. Like
they were legit.
They were considering you.
They were considering it at some point.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered if they looked at my social media.
Oh yeah, no, if that's the case, I'm fucked. I don't say too much off kilter shit, but I curse a lot.
Like I'm just like, and that's the thing though too. I was like, in my head, I'm like, because in my head, I got thinking when I was like looking at it, and I'm like, okay,
yeah,
it's a lot of views for unlisted video.
Yeah,
and only one link was sent.
So they were sharing it around the office.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, A, I'm getting made fun of.
Look at this fucking guy. Look at this piece of shit.
Or B, it's actually like I was at one point considered for something, not considered, but they were like thought about it and thought about it a lot. And then I sit there, I'm like, and in my head, I thought, I was like, how the hell am I supposed to do that on TV?
Yeah.
Any of this?
There's no way.
Yeah. Like, even then, like, I could be cleaned up from the TV and talking about fucking a dead kid. Like, when they come see me, like, that's way fucking different.
So I was making love to this dead kid to this 14-year-old boy the other day, right?
Consensual. He was an angel. Literally an angel.
He turned around and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh my goodness, you're still breathing."
Oh my goodness.
Goodness gracious me.
Your asshole is tight. I mean, booty hole. I mean, your anus is tighter than the belt around my neck.